Whoa! Damn! Breaking news, everybody! What's going on? JT's Reborn here, and yeah, I just got this like a few minutes ago. This is brand new breaking news. Dan Didio is out as DC Comics Co-Publisher. That's right, the man that so many fans really do not like is gone. He's out of there. Bye-bye, sayonara, never again. This is, I mean, just, wow. So the industry veteran has served in the role since 2010. Dan Didio is no longer with DC. THR can confirm. Didio has served as the publisher of DC alongside Jim Lee since 2010, following a 6-year stint as VP Executive Editor, and prior to that, VP Editorial. As publisher, Dan Didio was the main figure behind DC's 2011 wide relaunch, The New 52, which saw a company provide a contemporary makeover to ensure superhero back cataloging. Initially, sales success, both sales and buzz faded to the point where 2016 subsequent wide relaunch under the DC banner, DC Universe Rebirth, which is a huge success, which Dan Didio was a large part of why that got destroyed, restored many elements dropped in that reboot. Didio's departure comes ahead of an announced further relaunch of the DC comic book universe that will restore even more elements from removed parts of the 2011 reboot. As teased at New York Comic Con last year, while that project has not been officially announced, certain stories that reportedly tie in have been, including DC's free comic book day release, Generation Zero, Gods Among Us. It's unclear at this point if plans for the relaunch will be delayed or canceled in the wake of this news. Throughout his tenure at DC, Dan Didio has worked as a writer on multiple properties, including The Phantom Stranger, Outsider, Sideways. At this time writing his Metal Men miniseries, artist Shane Davis is midway through a projected 12-issue run. This is, wow, I don't know what to say. Like, Dan Didio, like, he's, you know, I wish him the best in his future endeavors. I'm not going to fully just crap on him entirely. I don't think he's been very good necessarily at his job. I mean, the New 52 was successful initially, but like a lot of people stated, its foundation wasn't strong enough and it couldn't sustain itself. That's why they had DC Rebirth, and DC Rebirth was going quite well. I mean, so many of the books, I was just reading so much stuff, but then Dan Didio like decided to like, oh, no, we need to change that. We can't have this the way it is, because, you know, DC Universe was going well. Jeff Johns was leading the charge, and you had stuff like Doomsday Clock, you had Superman Rebirth, Super Sons, Green Arrow Rebirth. It was widely beloved by most fans. It was getting people back. They're like, okay, this is good. We needed this rebirth. That's why it needed to happen, because that hopefulness was lost with the New 52. And it was proving to be very successful. A lot of people liked it, myself included. I really liked the direction DC Comics was going in when they did the DC Rebirth thing. And then slowly Dan Didio was like, okay, we got to start changing things. Things got super angsty again. The hopefulness was kind of like removed. They had stuff like Heroes in Crisis. Pretty much after the events of Justice League No Justice, things really started to take a turn. Like, basically Metal was kind of the end of DC Rebirth, and then kind of post then, the quality in the books and just kind of everything has just really dropped down drastically. Dan Didio brought in Brian Michael Bendis, who I have not been a fan of personally, in terms of the stuff. I don't have anything against him personally. I just think like the books he's been writing haven't been very good. I lost interest in Superman. I was reading Superman Action Comics, Superman Rebirth, when it was like Jurgens, Tomasi, and Gleason on that book. And of course, Super Sons was fantastic, but, you know, they made the dumb-headed move of aging up Jonathan Kent and taking the creative team off the Superman books, who were doing very well. Like I said, Superman Rebirth is spectacular, and Super Sons, I can't stress it enough how great Super Sons was. And yeah, he took him off. He brought in Bendis, who pretty much just did his own thing. And the DC Universe is pretty much falling apart. I've lost interest in so many of the titles. You know, you had the Rick Grayson thing. You had the Alfred getting killed. You had the Batcat wedding fiasco. Yeah, it was pretty much just like so much. Like, I was buying so much stuff early on in the start of DC Rebirth. Then I just gradually just lost interest. I just couldn't take it anymore. I was just like, I'm done. I'm still reading some stuff, and I'm, you know, obviously doing some videos on it, but it just got so far removed from what Rebirth was, and I was just like, man, I'm just really missing the start of Rebirth again. Like, there was a hopefulness. I was excited. Like, I was like, oh, I can't wait to read this. I can't wait to read this next thing. And I just gradually just lost interest in most of the stuff. Now, I'm trying to keep up with some stuff, but for the most part, I'm like, I don't know what's going on in Justice League anymore. I don't know what's going on in Superman, because I just don't care anymore. I tried, but I just couldn't do it anymore. So, I think this is a good thing, ultimately. Things have been kind of like on the downward spiral post-Rebirth, I guess. Pretty much when he got his hands back on it, like I said, they were doing well. The foundation, because, he's always trying to appeal to like the new reader, and I understand that, but you can't ignore your core foundation who has supported your comic books for years because the comic book industry is not as strong as it used to be. And getting, like, Rebirth was a massive success. Like, it was just like everybody just seemed to be really happy with it. But they slowly just gradually just got away from it, and things started to go kind of downhill a bit. So I know I've been hearing things about this 5G thing. I don't know too much about it. I just hear a lot of crazy stuff going on back and forth. I was going to try and do a video on it and talk about it with somebody if I could, but it just got super crazy. And yeah, so ultimately I do think this is a good move, but the question is, who's going to replace Dan Didio? Is it just going to be Jim Lee taking over, like, solo? Is he going to be fully in charge? Is somebody going to come in there and take over both jobs? I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. But like I said, this news story just dropped like a half hour ago, and I'm talking about it. So, yep, Dan Didio is gone. Bye-bye, sayonara. I don't know who's taking over, but it's going to be crazy. I think he was removed. I don't know if he was fired or removed. The details are kind of vague at this point, but he's no longer there. He is gone. He probably was fired. That's the way I'd see it, because comic book sales have not been super strong. They've cut back on the publishing titles. It's been a slow ship kind of sinking. So my hopes are that Jeff Johns gets away from what he's doing with, the TV shows, comes back in and continues the good work he was doing with Rebirth. Him or somebody maybe like a Paul Dini. I think Paul Dini would be really good in this role because he can guide the universe quite well or something. Get some good writers in that in there. Take away control from writers like Bendis and Tom King and all that, and just get some of that creative that was behind a lot of the success of DC Rebirth. That's kind of my hope for a lot of this. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this whole 5G and everything that's rumored. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Are you excited to see Dan Didio gone? Let me know in the comments section down below. And yeah, wow, I'm just stunned. I didn't expect this. Things are definitely gonna be changing at DC Comics. That's for sure. Yeah. Anyways, be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe for more content, and let me know your thoughts on it. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Ooh, man, DC is about to change, hopefully for the better. Bye-bye.